Welcome, and we're going to be talking about displaying relationships with scatter plots. This is 3.1a, and first off, let's look at some of the notes that you need to know in this section. Well, first off, we're talking about explanatory variables. And if you're filling out some note sheets, whatever, but we use them to predict. Okay, we use them to predict. So used to make predictions. Predictions. All right. About the response variable. And so what is the response variable? Well, the response variable is outcomes respond to explanatory. All right, so our outcome is in response to our explanatory variable. Okay, normally what we say is this is like your x, because I was saying the explanatory, so x, and this is just your y, so we call it now a y hat. That's a predicted value. All right, and that's a response. Now, when we talk about these, we talk about our scalar plots, our bivariant data, and we have our explanatory on the bottom, and we have a response on the top. And what we do is we have all these different points, okay? Now, these different points are, all right, all based on some different things, okay? So whatever our explanatory, our input, then we have our output, what is that response going to be? Now, when we're describing a relationship between the explanatory and response variable, we're describing four main things, okay? This is called DUFS. Sometimes you hear in calculus, AP Stats, or AP Stats books is that you hear DUF. DUF stands for direction, where it's either going to be a positive correlation or a negative correlation if it's going to go down, like so. All right, that's kind of a negative. It's going to go down. Or we have none, and none would be like this, where it's just kind of going all over the place. We have no idea what is going on. And that is what we're looking for when we're talking about direction. So positive, negative, or none. Unusual features are clusters. Generally look for clusters or some points that maybe are out of the norm. So if we have this right here, maybe we have then a point that's way down here. And then we have all these other points right here. But then there's maybe one point that's way up here, okay? Those are some unusual features. Sometimes men have like different clusters. So you might say, well, we have a bunch of values there, here's a bunch of values there, and here's a bunch of values there. Okay, so they're clustered in maybe three different parts. So we have unusual features. Form is pretty easy. It's either linear or non-linear. So either it looks like a line or it doesn't look like a line. And strength tells us how linear it will be. So this could be fairly strong, somewhat strong, linear pattern, and that's what I'm referring to our strength. A lot of times we're going to be talking about this is an R value. The R value, okay, a regression coefficient helps us determine the strength of our line. Okay, so these are the notes on what we're talking about with displays of relationships and what we are looking for. In our next video, we're going to be talking about going through some examples of this.